I felt ready academically and all that stuff, but it was when I got there, all the people my age, all the other students, already had established their friend groups, like their roommates that they had known since their first day of college there. And so it was kind of like I just jumped into it expecting like, oh, I can make friends, but it's like everybody already has their friends.
Well, there's no project success. I really do feel like I am on my own. I can manage now because I was given the skills, but I don't like it. It's a lot of work too. And you know, I liked it because my coordinator was, she didn't lie to me about it. She said, you know, the 4-year, you're expected, you know, expect to do more work than what you've been doing. Be ready. And I'm really glad that she did tell me that, because a lot of students that I have talked to that I've had classes with at Webster, they wish that they had been told the same thing.
There wasn't a whole lot because I went the non-traditional route. And being a mom and having a family and coming back to school later in life, I didn't want that, of course, traditional campus life. I was living at home and didn't like the commute to the university. And also offered a program, an on-site program here at Jefferson College, so I never really had to leave the campus here. It's more geared towards my major, so and not a lot of gen ed courses, so that was fun for me because I got to do a lot of hands-on activities, a lot of internships in the schools, doing what I wanted to do, and it was very exciting and I loved it.
The biggest difference was, as a non-traditional student, even attending classes during the day at Jeffco, there was a number of non-traditional students here. So there was always someone that looked like me, had similar life experience. But when I got to SEMO, and I did go away to school as a 56-year-old woman, during the day was not quite as diverse age-wise. It was a little, I was like the grandma in the class.
At Webster, I'm out of my element when it comes to the difference between urban and rural, because I'm totally rural. But it's again, it's so diverse. It's everybody is just, there's a lot of artsy people there. I really feel like they're there for the same reason I am. It's not just for the education, it's for the experience. And so that's why I wasn't afraid to talk to them or open up to them. And I think that's the same reason and of course I'm older, so they all look up to me in that sense. You know, they're like, Layla, will you help me with this? I'm like, okay, all right, you know.
I think I probably was able to connect more with the faculty and staff than my counterparts, my traditional students, because of my life experiences. I could relate more to them on a personal note because they have children, they have jobs, they have family lives like me, so I was able to connect a little more with them, and I think that helped. They were more understanding if I had a situation or a problem.
I knew it was going to be really up to me to make those connections. I didn't really go to a lot of those parties, and I didn't join a sorority. So if I wanted to be involved, I had to make it happen. So I paid attention to events on campus. I went to, when they had public speakers come in, I went to those. When they had activities at River Campus, like concerts, I went to those. And I would run into people from my classes. I just made sure I didn't stay isolated.
I started going to meetings, and that's how I kind of got to know people. And I also had a transfer interest group class, and it was all transfer students, so we all kind of got to know each other, and we were kind of on the same page. And I still talk to some of them, but I did a couple clubs that were related to my field, and did some of the activities and went to events and that, and it was fun. And they also sometimes have faculty come in, so that worked too. But getting to know people my age in those groups that have the same interests really helps.
I think the idea is to not limit your possibilities. Just go.
When you're looking at universities, contact faculty there that are in the department or school or whatever that you're interested in, because getting to know the faculty there ahead of time will help you, because they're the ones that can lead you to jobs or internships.
I think the biggest thing is knowing where you want to transfer and talking to those universities as soon as possible to find out what coursework is necessary for transferring, what they will take, what they will not take.
I would definitely say the first thing to do is talk with your coordinator about the best way to research which school is best for you. It's one thing to see it on a piece of paper or the results on a computer that this is a school that best fits you, but when you get there and you see that it's everything that the paper or the website made you feel like it was, that's when it matters. Definitely graduate with your degree before you transfer. That was a big one too that I learned here, and I was so thankful because then all of my credits transferred, every single one of them, because I had the degree.
I don't think there's anything I would change. I really like the off-campus site. It really was terrific and worked out great for my family situation.
Probably not, because at the time, I really wasn't thinking about a 4-year degree. It kind of occurred to me that maybe it would be cool, but I knew I could get my associates and that it would open some opportunities for me. And it didn't occur to me at the time when I started here that I would finish a 4-year degree. And as opportunities presented themselves, and Barb, the director of project success and my advisor, she just kept asking the question, well, why not? Well, why not? Well, why not? Well, why can't you keep going? Or what's to stop you from going?
My first semester, I would enroll in project success right away. My first semester, I didn't know what to expect because it was college. I had just came in with a GED, and I was like, oh my God, I don't understand how to keep up. I wasn't good at time management or any of these things. I felt really out of my element. I was very scared is the best word for it. I felt like I didn't even know what to do. Again, there was so many things I had no idea of doing, and none of my family members could help me because they didn't know. They never did this. So I was either alone, and then I found, about project success, and I was like, okay, I gotta get in on that.
Project Success was wonderful. I wouldn't be where I was today if it wasn't for Project Success, and I mean that wholeheartedly. There were so many times that I was discouraged and I thought, oh, I can't do this, trying to juggle family life and working and school. And I thought, oh, why did I come back and do this? But they kept me on track. There were times where I was struggling in classes and they would set me up with tutors. They just pointed me to the right direction where I didn't know where to go for assistance or where I needed to go next. They were there.
Here I needed help. And so Barb made that my goal. Find ways, ask questions, get help. And she pretty much forced me when I had something, well, how are you going to solve that? And who are you going to go to? And make an appointment. And she followed up with me to make sure, it made me even better at work now. It's easier for me to ask for help.